Alright guys, happy Monday. Today we're going to be talking about multiplying polynomials. Last week we were working with adding and subtracting. Now we're moving on to something a little bit more difficult. I'm going to show you two different methods today. You can use whatever works best for you. So when multiplying polynomials, it's important that you multiply everything by everything. So what I mean by that is this 5x has to be multiplied by everything in this other quantity because they're being multiplied. So how you can tell this is multiplication and not addition or subtraction is there's no symbol in between these two quantities. So if there's nothing in the middle like that and it's just two parentheses, it's always multiplication. So when we're multiplying 5x times x, we get 5x squared. 5x times 2 is 10x. Then we have to do the same thing. We have to multiply 3 times x and the 3 times the 2. So 3 times x is plus 3x. 3 times 2 is 6. Now we combine like terms like we have been doing. 10x plus 3x, 13x plus 6. And then don't forget to classify, so we have degree 2 here. This is a quadratic. And we have 1, 2, 3 terms, so trinomial. For our next example, I'm going to show you the box method. So this is the box method. So I have x plus 7 times x minus 4. So with the box method, you literally draw a box. In this one, we have a 2-term expression and a 2-term expression. So that's why my box is 2 by 2. If this had 3, it would be a 3 by 2, so on and so forth. So we have x plus 7. We're going to write that up at the top. And then we have x minus 4. And I'm going to keep my negative next to my 4 so I don't forget about it. It's important. So now you just multiply all of this is a good way to multiply everything by everything. So we know x times x squared, x times 7, 7x, negative 4 times x, negative 4x, and negative 4 times 7 is negative 28. The nice thing about this is that the diagonal is always like terms. So we know we have to add these two things together. So we keep our x squared, just copy it over. We have 7x minus 4x, that's plus 3x. And then this minus 28. And then that's done, everything's combined, everything's all right. And now we just classify. So again, we have a quadratic trinomial here. Okay, this next example is going to be a little bit harder, so it's going to be a little longer. We have 2x squared minus 3x plus 1 times x plus 2 plus 2. So what do we notice right away is different about this one? I noticed two things. One is that this is a longer expression. There's 3 terms here. And also that there's this plus 2 off the back that's not really connected to anything. It's not doing anything for us. So the nice thing about this plus 2 is since it's not being multiplied by anything else, you can literally just drop it down to the bottom. We don't need to worry about it until the end. This, it's just the same as what we've been doing, but we have to multiply everything by everything. So 2x squared has to be multiplied by x and by 2. I'm going to do that first. 2x squared times x is 2x cubed. 2x squared times 2 is 4x squared. Okay. Then we have to multiply negative 3x by x and by 2. So negative 3x times x is negative 3x squared. Negative 3x times 2 is negative 6x. And then we have to multiply the 1 by everything. So we have 1 times x and 1 times 2, which 1 times anything is just itself. So we just have in plus x plus 2. Now we combine like terms. So I see two groups of like terms here. So 2x cubed doesn't have anything in common, so we just copy that down. We have 4x squared minus 3x squared, so that's plus x squared. And then minus 6x plus x is minus 5x plus 2. So now we can't combine anything else, but we can't forget about our plus 2. So I'm just going to change this 2 into the plus 4, and now that's added in. So this one is a cubic, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, polynomial of 4 times. Alright, so hope you're okay with this. We're going to do one more example and then we're going to just be done for today. So this one is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to teach you two main things here and then we'll be done. So we have x plus y, that quantity squared. So two different things about this one is that we only see one obvious quantity and also there's two variables. Kind of weird. So what does squared mean? Squared means you multiply whatever is squared by itself. So we're going to multiply this whole thing by itself. So that means it's going to be x plus y times x plus y. So we have to multiply x by x and x by y. X times x is x squared. But what's x times y? Do we know anything about x and y other than their names? Not really. So there's not much we can do here except write it as xy. Pretty easy. Okay, so then I have y times x and y times y. So y times x, same thing. It's just going to be that xy again. I like to write it in alphabetical order. It's easier to keep it organized. And then y times y is y
contact the reception office. Ms. Butts, please contact the reception office.
Sorry, there's an announcement. Okay, so then we combine like terms. So we have x squared plus, we have 2 of these xy's, so literally 2xy, and then plus y squared. And this is a quadratic